In this video, I'm going to be doing a renovation on this family lawn, and I'm going to be covering all the steps you need to know. This video is going to be ideal for anybody looking to complete a renovation at home, or even just to learn a little bit more about the renovation process. I'm going to be covering all the key steps, such as cutting the lawn back, doing a scarification, overseeding and top dressing, and we'll also come back to follow up on some of the results so you can get a flavour for how the project turned out. So first up, let's take a look at some of the equipment that I'm going to be needing and the processes that I'm going to be going through in the video. I've got the Lawncare compost roller. This is really useful and saves me a ton of time for when I'm spreading a really thin layer of compost or topsoil to cover seeds for the germination. I'm going to be applying the seeds using this Evergreen Whiz, which is pretty handy for using seeds. And I've got the Iron Hill Scarifier and the Bosch lawnmower. You can see the lawn itself is just full of some patches. The homeowner's actually done some weed control on this property and killed off some of the weeds that she had, and she needed me to come and overseed and fill in some of these bare spots. So you can see it's really shaded in the property. At the back we've got the buddleia that's causing a lot of shade, and we've got kind of a triangle shape of the lawn where the fences are also causing a lot of shade, and the grass just is not liking it at all here. Okay, so you can see even just after a little tidy up of the lawn, it all looks a little bit better, but we've got loads of patches and we've also got areas that need overseeding. The next step is I'm going to scarify the lawn, which is going to rip out any of the thatch that's left there and break into some of this soil, that just open it up a little bit so the seeds will settle in there. So I'm going to be using the Iron Hill Scarifier. I'll leave a link to all the tools and equipment down in the description below, and also a link to some of the seeds and fertilizers that I use on all my own projects and my own lawn through my website gardenlawncareguide.com. Now, when you're scarifying the lawn, you really want to be using the fixed or metal bladed scarifier. It's going to give you a much coarser finish and rip out all of that thatch. The rakes are good for raking, but when we want to remove the material, I really want to use the fixed time blades and set them as low as it'll go. You can see here it's ripping out lots and lots of moss that's picked up next to these fences and loads of debris from the lawn. We're going to be doing a couple of passes. Now, you really want to be doing passes at different angles, and that's going to help just loosen everything up. You can see, especially in these compacted areas like this, it's actually broken the soil up, which is exactly what we want. Seed on its own won't really germinate very well in compacted and flat areas of soil. So where we've broken it up like this, it's going to be an ideal bedding place for the soil to sit in. In order to pick up some of the thatch that's been lifted, I'm just going to run the mower over and collect it in the box, because that's quite quick to do it. If you've got a lot more thatch than this lawn, you can blow it or rake it into a pile and throw it away. And just before I get on to the next step of this video, if you're enjoying it, please give me a thumbs up to the video. It really helps motivate me, continue making content, and consider subscribing to my channel for more regular lawn care renovation projects like this. So the next step in the process is going to be around overseeding. Now, when you're happy that you've done multiple passes with a scarifier and you've removed all of the debris from the lawn, you can start to think about putting seeds down. I've got a whole section around calculating how much seed that you're going to need, and also how to pick the right seed for your lawn on my website gardenlawncareguide.com, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. So just to give you an idea of how much seed you should be putting down, I like to make sure that all the areas are filled in nicely like this, and there's a really good quality seed with a really good level of coverage. Now, Doing it in this way is going to make sure that those areas really fill in, and we're looking at anywhere between 35 and 70 grams per square metre. 35 grams I would use perhaps for overseeding, and up to 70 grams per square metre if you're sowing a complete lawn from soil. So you can see here, this is one of the other reasons why I chose a mix that would like shade, is because we've got these buddleia trees and this really tricky area by the shed here. Now this area probably will struggle for seed germination, but we'll just see how well the shade mix copes in really tough conditions down by the shed and covered by a tree with very limited light. So after I've got all the seed down and I've put a bit of pre-seed fertiliser down as well, I'm going to use the Landsea compost spreader to spread a thin layer of compost over the top. Now these things do come with a bit of a price tag attached to it, but if you're anything like me, I use it all the time for my jobs, and it really makes putting the compost dressing over the top of the seed an absolute breeze. You can see just in the drum itself all of the material that it's moved from the compost bags that I've bought, and just rolling it backwards and forwards I can get a lot more value for money from my compost, because it would not be possible to spread it like this by hand, or it might take you considerably longer. So after the seed is covered, I want to be keeping this watered for maybe 2 or 3 times a day. The key is to try and keep all of that seed moist during its germination in the first 1 to 2 weeks. Currently we're at the start of September in 2021, and I'll probably be coming back to this lawn in 2 or 3 weeks time. If you're going to be looking at doing an overseeding project, now is an ideal time. September and October are really good for germination of seeds, because you've still got some of that summer temperature left, but also you can expect some rain, which is going to help boost those seeds out of the soil. If you're interested in seeing the follow-up video, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like and a comment down below why you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching everyone. It's Matt the Garden Lawn Care Guy, and I hope to see you in the next video.